Hi guys, Chevy Nova project, the headlining now. So this headline is going to be a little bit of a challenge because I'm missing a few pieces. We should have a trim piece that goes around the edge of the front screen, which is missing. So I'm going to have to be creative there and make up a piece to go here. And also there's supposed to be two trim panels that go onto the back quarter, and I have neither of those. But the good thing is I do have the headlining bows, so I don't have to make up a set of those. It's 4 in total, so that's a good thing. So the first job is to pattern up for the two pieces in the back, and also these two trim pieces here that go against the front screen. Other than that, the job should be pretty straightforward really. It's a flattish roof, so the headlining has very little shape in it, and it'll just be a measure job really. Yeah, I'll get on with those now and see how long this takes me. I'm still waiting for the fabric yet for the headlining, so it's not like I can do the headlining anyway, so I'll just do the trim pieces. So I'm going to dive into this now and start the patterning. Oh, by the way, this has got a silly engine in it with a massive turbo. I'll get the key and I'll put it on for you. Get ready for this. Very loud. So that's the trim piece pattern there. I'm hoping that it's symmetrical and I'll be able to flip the pattern over and it'll do the same for the other side. I've just got to now do the two panels that go in the back quarters. So I'll be in a pokey position. So this is what I'm patterning next, is the two back quarters. So you see the line here, along there, patterning up to there, and down to where the back of the parcel shelf is. I don't know how much of this you will be able to see. I'm just going to lay the plastic over it. So I always use a much bigger piece of plastic than I actually need. Nothing worse than getting halfway through the pattern and realising you've not cut enough plastic. So trim off the excess. So I'll leave it on so you can see it. When I get onto the bench, I'll straighten all the lines up, and then when I've cut it out, I'll bring it back into the car, check it again, and then hopefully it'll be right. I'll cut the first board out. I won't cut both out, I'll cut one out, and then I'll offer that up to the car again, make sure it's right. This is having, where the edge of the pattern is here, it's having an edge trim put on it. So the board can't go right up to the end, it's got to be short here to allow for the edge trim to fit here. But what I'll do when I cover the board, I will only cover the top, I'll only wrap the vinyl around the top and the bottom edge of the board. I'll leave it excess, and the rest will get tucked underneath here, and then the edge trim that goes around the windows will cover that vinyl. So that will hold the board in place. So I'll remove the pattern now. So that's the patterning done for the pieces that I need to make. I'll put these onto the bench now, and then I'll start to cut everything out. So the pattern needs adjusting a little bit, but other than that it's not too bad. So I'll readjust the pattern, cut the board out, and then check the board. So I've cut the first board. I'm going to now see if it fits. So we're just long here, so I'm just going to trim this bit off, and then we should be fine. That should be absolutely fine. So I'll try it on the other side as well. Tiny touch difference, but not enough to worry about. I'll now cut one for the opposite side. So the next job is to measure up for the headlining. It's a pretty flat headlining, so it shouldn't be too bad. Just got to make sure the balls are in the correct position. Oh God. That was the vinyls just turned up for the headlining, which was nice. So I need to just measure up for the headlining. It is pretty flat, so I shouldn't have any issues with having to put any shape into this. So I need to measure from here to the first ball. That's 14 inches. Yeah, from the first ball to the second ball. Oh God. Oh, let's start again. Tape measure. Oh God. So that's all the measurements taken. Now that the vinyl's here, I can start to cut it out and sew it together, and after that I'll be fitting it into the car. I've already made these two trim pieces here. They need covering as well. They'll get covered in the same vinyl. I'm not gonna cover these two trim pieces that I've made until I've fitted the rear view mirror, because they butt up right against the rear view mirror. So I'll fit the headlining, put the rear view mirror in, and once that's in, I can offer the pieces up. If they're correct and they fit nice, I'll cover them, fit the trim pieces, fit all the bits, the sun visors, and I think that's it actually on this. There's no grab handles. There were originally grab handles in the car. There's holes for the grab handles, but the owner's not supplied me with grab handles, so I won't be fitting those. So the first job is to square off the end. So I'm squaring off the end because everything's getting measured from this line that I'm going to put in now. So if the first line isn't square, the headlining will be twisted. And now I have to find centre. What's my centre line? 20 inch, 20 inch. So you'll see why I'm measuring the 20 inch in a minute. So between this line and the other line, so this 40 inch distance here, is where the pocket's going to be. I'll add a couple of inches to the end measurements, start from back to front, because front always runs towards the roll of fabric. 8 inches plus 2 inches, 10 inches. Measure at 3/4 and 1.5 inches. My next measurement is 10.5. I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off that measurement, just so the fabric is going to be tight. If I make this exactly the right size, then it won't be tight enough. So I'll take 1/8 of an inch off each gap, 3/4, 1.5 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. And the same on the other side. 8 inches plus 2, which is 10, minus 1/8, 3/4, 1.5 inches. 10.5 minus 1/8, 3/4, 1.5 inches. 18 inches, 3/4, 1.5 inches. 8 inches, 14 inches plus 2, which is 16 inches. Continue that line just so I know where centre is across the whole vehicle. So I'll cut this now, it's just one cut. I've done the drawing now onto the back of the headlining fabric, and I'm just sew the pockets up. So each one of these double lines here is going to be folded. So the centre line is the fold line and the other line is the stitch line. So I'm going to stitch through there and create a pocket. I'll trim off the pocket here where this line is, here and here and here. Same on the other end, and then that'll create the pocket for the headlining board to slide into, and that's what suspends it from the roof of the vehicle. Everything else then gets glued around the edge, and trim pieces go over to hold it in place permanently, and that is it. It is that simple. So now for the sewing part. Pretty strong standard seam. It's just stitching through this line to create the pocket. So all I'm doing is folding where the line is, putting quite a long back tack on, just because I'll probably end up trimming off the end of the fabric, so I've made it oversized. So that's the first one done. So I'll just have to do that another 3 times. So that's the sewing done. I need to snip the ends of the pockets. Right, so here we go. Let's fit this bad boy. Right, might lose you for a minute here. I'm going to put this up. Well, because this is a bit of a cold day today, it's the end of February. I'm going to need a little bit of heat in this just to make it a little bit softer. If it was a nice warm day, then I wouldn't probably need to apply any heat. The vinyl would stretch quite nicely, but because it's quite chilly, the vinyl's quite stiff at the minute. So I'm just going to warm the vinyl up, not too much, but just enough to actually get it to stretch. I'm just going to hold it up with a few magnets at the minute. And just give it a check over, make sure it's positioned quite nicely. So I'm relatively happy with where that's positioned. So I'm just going to give it a gentle warm. So I'm just keeping my hands near the heat gun, just to make sure it's not getting too warm. Check where my centre line is, and that centre line has to fall right in the centre. There we go. I'm just giving it a nice pull. So I'm pulling forwards and outwards at the same time. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. So that will be fine. When I pull it towards the back, that will tighten all this up as well. So I'm just going to have to move you out of the way, just so I can get in here. Hope you can still see. And again, pulling it forwards and sideways at the same time. I'm just checking the sides. We'll be absolutely fine there. So what I need to do next is to get in the back and pull as much as I can backwards. So I'm going to pull this as much as I can now. Not much room in here for a big car. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just spraying glue. I'm going to pull this now really hard. So I'm quite happy with that so far. So now I need to deal with the sides. I'll start on the driver's side first. This is just about getting this edge straight and wrinkle free. Back in the back again. Sorry about the torch. But I need to be able to see